What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and to another WNBA video. We have a two-game slate to jump into for Friday, June 6th, so we'll break down and analyze each of those games. We'll talk about which way that I'm leaning as far as the points and the spread, and then any plays that I put in officially myself, make sure you check down there into the pinned comment. You're going to find a link down there that will send you over to the Guy Boston Sports website, and that's where all of my final plays will live for free. Now, typically right here, we would recap our plays from the night before, but I am recording this video a little bit early before tip-off of the games for Thursday night. So we will recap those plays in the next video along with these plays here. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump into the action, guys. If you could hit that like button down there for me and hit subscribe if you have not already. Let's get into the first game. We have the Atlanta Dream taking on the Connecticut Sun. Dream are laying 9.5 with a total sitting at 157. 7:30 p.m. tip-off time for this one. Atlanta's going to be on the road for the third and final game of a three-game homestand. They're going to have a one-day rest advantage over the Sun, and they come into this one 5-2, both straight up and against the spread. The Sun are 1-6 straight up and 2-5 to the number. They are back home for the first game after a short two-game road trip. Atlanta has won 4 in a row now, 5 of their last 6, and they are fresh off of a 7-point win over the Storm in Seattle. The Sun, on the other hand, were absolutely annihilated their last time out at the hands of the Liberty, 100-52, a 48-point defeat. Saw them just shoot 31% from the field and go 6 of 28 for 21% shooting from deep. Yikes, man. Despite the injury to starting point guard Jordan Canada, Atlanta has been really good to open up the year, and they have improved significantly on the offensive end over last year's unit that ranked dead last in that regard as well. Defensively, though, they have slid some. They've dropped to 8th for defensive rating and points allowed per game, but they are giving up the fewest makes from beyond the arc while converting the third most from deep themselves. Atlanta sits at 2nd for offensive rating, 4th for overall net rating, and 2nd in points per game. The Sun are dead last in offensive, defensive, and net rating, sitting at negative 23.8 for overall net rating, a full 29.1 points lower than the Dream. Look, I think it's hard to look any way but Atlanta here in this spot. We have to be leery of a letdown from them, however, at the tail end of a road trip, and riding in, with a 4-game win streak as well. But I'd still trust what we've seen from them over this Connecticut Sun team and probably lean the Atlanta way, laying those 9.5 points. For the total, we've seen these two hit under this line in 5 straight games, including the Dreams' 79-55 beatdown of Connecticut in late May this season. Atlanta has only held one other opponent below just 80 points this season, however, and I'm not sure that I could look any way but over considering how this Dream offense has looked this season, and how the defense has not looked anything like last year's, where 4 of those 5 unders in a row are coming from, in the head-to-head matchup here. So the Sun also are an entirely new team, one that looks to push the tempo more than last year's team. So I'm going to lean over here, and sure, if you look at this in terms of pace, these are 2 of the slower teams in the W with Atlanta at 10th, Connecticut at last. But, we took a Sky Mercury under earlier in the year with pace being a big factor in our reasoning, and we watched those two sprint up and down the court for the tune of 183 total points. So, yeah, end of the day, I think offense prevails here again with 2 units that aren't performing well defensively whatsoever. The next up, we'd be looking at the Los Angeles Sparks taking on the Dallas Wings. Wings are 1.5-point favorite. That total has moved up 1 point, opened up at 169.5. We now see it at 170.5. 9:30 p.m. tip-off time for this one. And it's, from a betting perspective, ugly, man, right? You have the Sparks are 2-6 straight up, 3-5 to the number. They bring a 2-day rest advantage into this one over the Wings, who are home for the first of 2 straight, but they are just 1-7 straight up, 3-5 to the number as well. Both teams have lost 3 in a row coming into this one, both losing in closer games that they held leads in their last games out. LA and Dallas both are middle of the pack offensively to start the season. The Sparks sit at 5th for offensive rating, the Wings 7th, but both have struggled defensively mightily, right? LA sitting at just 10th for defensive rating, Dallas 11th. That puts the Sparks at 8th and then the Wings 10th for overall net rating. Wings aren't shooting a ton from deep. Only 23% of their points scored are coming from 3. That is the 3rd fewest in the league. They are 3rd in terms of percentage of points coming from the mid-range and 2nd for points scored from a 2-point range in general, hitting the 3rd most points in transition and from the paint. They are also second in the W for second chance scoring opportunities as well. The Sparks are sitting middle of the pack in terms of offensive rebounds allowed, sixth in the W, but they are giving up the third most second chance buckets. They are sitting at fifth for points allowed in transition, however, and fourth for points allowed in the paint. Overall, the Sparks match up better with Dallas and have the better team, but I think for me, it all hinges on whether Paige is in or out. Her presence does, just enough to lift the Wings above LA at home in Dallas, in my opinion, right? Rakia Jackson is also a game time decision for Los Angeles. We see Ray Burrell out, Cam Brink out, as well as Tisha Harris for Dallas to go along with Paige Beckers. Both of them are game time decisions as well. But yeah, man, if Paige suits up, give me the Wings here. For the total, we know neither team is going to be locking up, right? Getting consistent stops in this one. The pace should be quick because although the Sparks are middle of the pack, seventh for pace, they will still look to get out in transition, and they should get plenty of chances against a Dallas team that is sitting at second in terms of pace themselves. So both these teams has hit the over in 3 of their last 4, and the Sparks that one time that they didn't hit the over was a push. So I think we're going to see an over here between these two as well. That'd be the direction that I'm leaning. That is going to wrap it up here, guys. Going to be a short video recording here a little bit early, like I said, so no player props available. Just went over the games real quick, giving my leans on the side and the total. So yeah, make sure you check down there into the pin comment. If I find any player props that I like once they are available, I will throw those in with the final plays. And give a little description on why I'm liking those plays as well. So I hope you guys all cash out tonight. If you found this content helpful and useful, and if you did, please do not forget to smash that like button down there and hit subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you guys back tomorrow for the next one.